Hey everyone, it's Rosh, and I just finished a podcast, and that brought me to the question, should you podcast? Let's talk about it. So I love podcasting. I have done over 500 podcasts. That's not including the interviews that I've done on other people's podcasts or even vlogs or anything else, just pure podcasts. Actually, I started podcasting in 1999, really before there was a pod. It was just audio over the internet. I shared business ideas. And in the mid-2000s, I started it up again. It was recommended to me by one of my team members, and I thought, we really should. So I got my friend Dean involved, and we did about 145 podcasts with a podcast called Prosperous Artists. And then from there, I started New Media Photographer, which morphed into the creative marketing show that I have now, and where I just finished, 389. I went 5 years straight. Every Monday I had a show up, and then a lot of life changes and happenings, and I kind of broke that, but I have never stopped. I've continued to keep podcasting as part of my blog, and the question is really, should you? That's the more important thing. Should you podcast? And if you don't like being in front of the camera, you don't like doing video, but you have something to say, podcasting is still a viable way to get a message out. It's a great way to interview people, especially people who are camera shy. You can use a call recorder with Skype and record people wherever they may be, and it'd be amazing. So you'd be amazed at who you can connect with and talk with and interview. Now, my podcasts are pretty much just me, kind of like these vlogs. It's just me kind of sharing ideas, and for some people, that's perfect. Other people prefer the interviews, and once in a while I'll bring people on for an interview, but most of my podcasts are just me. So what do I use? I use this microphone here, and it's a Yeti, and it works great. I love it. You see these a lot on vlogs as well as other podcasts. I've been using it maybe about a year, been very happy with that. In the past, I've used just regular microphones with a simple mixer connected right into the computer. For me, I use GarageBand as my main source of editing my podcast. Sounds like we have something major going on outside. Of course we do, because I'm recording. That's the way it works, doesn't it? So that's what I use. Very simple. I plug my Yeti microphone into my Mac and my laptop, and boy, everybody's going at it. So it's all right. We're not going to cut this. We're going to keep it going live all the way through. It's been one of those weeks. I kind of did the same thing with the podcast. And with your podcast, you can do whatever you want to. You can make it really refined and highly produced. I'm really old school when it comes to podcasting. I just go through, and actually when I edit live in GarageBand. And so I have all the elements. It's 20 minutes, and then I just go. And if I really mess up or just totally just go to a blank or who knows what, I will then stop, back up, and kind of connect things and start again. So when I'm done with the podcast, it's pretty much already edited. I may run through it and run it in the background just to see if I catch anything, and then I upload it to my servers, and then I use the XML file and use that as my source for my feeds to iTunes as well as Stitcher and other sources that share the podcasts out there. And of course, I have a template that I use to always put it in my blog too, so it turns into a blog post. So it goes many different ways. It goes into iTunes and Stitcher and my blog and so forth, and so people can find it many different ways. And it's been there, let's see, since 2008, this current version. As I said, my first one, 1999, but there's no iTunes or anything to put it in. It was just hosted on my website. And then Prosperous Artists was also through iTunes too. And that was started in 2007, I believe it was. So been going along pretty well, and I enjoy it. I'd like to have one out every week, but just like anything, it's about consistency, and man, this is one I've struggled with for the last few years, although it is so easy to do. And I am enjoying these videos. Doing the videos is really a good way to go, just to crank stuff out and share ideas. So should you? Absolutely, especially if you're having trouble getting in front of the camera for your YouTube channels. Maybe you can just take some time and do some podcasting, and you don't even have to put it through iTunes. You can just host it on your blog. And that's good enough if you wish, and if you want to get a little more distribution, then you can go through the process to host through iTunes, and iTunes makes it really easy to put your feed in, and it will put your stuff out. You just have some specifications you'll need to go through. You can go to iTunes, you can go to Apple and to iTunes and get all that information there. Okay, so if you have trouble being in front of the camera, consider podcasting, or just add it as part of. I see a lot of YouTubers actually going over to podcasting as part of their process of reaching out, because it's always good not to have just one place that you reach out, that your social media is, your connections are, because again, you never know. What if something happened to any one of the platforms? At least you have something in control of it. And the neat thing with podcasting is you have control of it compared to maybe YouTube or Twitter or Facebook. You have control of your podcast, you have your files. Again, generally they're hosted on your website too, so you always have a place for people to find you. So those are my thoughts about podcasting. It's a great way to go. I've made some great connections with podcasting through the years, and I hope you do the same. We'll talk to you next time.
Hey, thank you for watching this video. You know, I have 3 things just for you. First, if you have a thought, a comment, or even a topic idea, please put it in the comments below. If you enjoy these videos, I have an entire archive of business and marketing videos to help you grow your business right here on YouTube. So please subscribe to this channel. And if you don't want to miss a future upload, click on that bell icon and you'll be notified the next time I upload my video. Lastly, I have an email list. And in this email list, I send exclusive custom content just to the people on that list. So if you're looking for more information on how to grow your business, that's the place to be. You can find that in the description below, and I look forward to connecting with you.